Here are all the jobs I've had before becoming a full-time content creator. I've only been doing this for about 10 months, so let's get into it. My first ever job was dancing the night show at the Polynesian Cultural Center. I was super excited to get this job. I didn't get to grow up around a lot of my culture. Honestly, it didn't even feel like work. And you know what? I'm really not even coordinated. I don't know how I got the job, to be honest. I don't really know. But thank you for hiring me. So I worked there for about 5 months and then I got fired. It was 100% completely my fault. I broke honor code and I knew what I was doing, and that was that. I ended up getting a job at the temporary tattoo stand, also at the Polynesian Cultural Center. So freaking easy. All I had to do was invite guests to come and I would just spray this temporary tattoo on that would last a few days. And that was it. Like, it was a super cruise job, but I did just drop out of school. Actually, I was kicked out. So I just wasn't taking life seriously. Like, at all. One day, I didn't make a single sale. Not one. Now that I think about it, that is so shame. I am so sorry, whoever it was that owned that stand at the time. 18, young and dumb. I don't know. So I got let go. Then I got hired to do retail at the marketplace, which is also at the Polynesian Cultural Center. That was just working in the gift shops over there. But I had just found out that I was pregnant. I was throwing up at work, constantly nauseous, so I had to quit. Then I went on to get married, had kids, and then my husband went back to school to finish up his degree. So we had 3 kids at the time when he went back to school, and we were living in married student university housing. My husband was in school full time and he had a student job. I want to say it was like $7 or $8 an hour at the time. And then we had these 3 kids, so I figured I got to help out somehow. So I ended up getting hired in our university housing office. So I was an office clerk. Being 3 kids in, I think getting that adult interaction was absolutely necessary for me. I guess I just had this feeling of purpose in a way outside of motherhood. It was a great job. I loved it. But then they ended up getting rid of my position and they didn't need it anymore. And then I found out I was pregnant with our 4th. So it just kind of worked out. So most of the pregnancy, I didn't have a job. I figured we're about to have our 4th. We could probably use a little more income. I ended up getting hired at the bistro at a Marriott. Let me just tell you, I was not made to waitress. Or maybe because I was heavily pregnant, I worked all the way up until I gave birth. It was just not for me. The fast food industry, waitressing and all that other stuff, it is not for the weak. It is a lot of hard work. You are constantly on your feet. You're moving around. You're dealing with customers. You're cleaning up. You're just doing all the things. So I gave birth and just never went back. We had another kid and then my husband graduated. And then I went back to school. So we had 5 kids. I was in school. My husband was working. For a few weeks, I was a resident advisor, but our schedules just didn't work out. We just went back to being a full-time student and stay-at-home mom while my husband was working. And then I had one more kid while I was in college. So that was 6 total. I got my degree in elementary education. As soon as I graduated, I was offered a teaching position at my kids' school. I was like, man, I'm done having kids. I can finally start my career. I can finally contribute to our household. Then about 3 months into teaching, I found out I was pregnant again. Yeah. I taught 1st grade special education. Let me tell you, that was so fun. I absolutely loved it, but it was stressful as F. And maybe it was also because of the pregnancy hormones, but I was literally crying myself to sleep. As soon as I woke up, I was crying like, do I really have to go? It was really nice to have 2 incomes at the time. And so sucked it up and did what I had to do. The school year ended less than a week before I ended up giving birth. So it was perfect. I actually had every intention of going back to teaching, but then I started realizing that everyone is making money on social media. It is crazy. And I know someone personally who is doing so well on social media, and after seeing her success, I was like, you know what, let me just try this out and see where it goes. So initially I tried to get into the Amazon influencer program, and for that you needed to have a social media page and show that you were present on there, yada yada yada, to get accepted. So I ended up making a TikTok because I didn't want people to find me on Instagram because I was shamed. So I started a TikTok. I started posting videos and it actually started going off on there. Got into the TikTok shop program and just started making videos, and those were going off and I was making some money on there just from commission. But then TikTok shut down. Let me just move all my stuff to Instagram. The end of December of 2024, I started posting all of my TikTok videos over onto a new Instagram page, which is this one. I was able to grow that page from 0 followers to over 200,000 now. You guys, that's crazy. I really didn't think it would happen like this. And I just have to say, like, this isn't possible without you guys. So thank you for every like, share, comment, repost, all the things. Because of you, I'm where I am now, and I will forever be grateful. So thank you. I love you. I used to be the biggest influencer hater. Now here I am. I don't consider myself an influencer. I just call myself a content creator. But there is money to be made on here. So if you have any desire at all or been thinking about starting, do it. Freaking do it. Oh my gosh. The way I wish I would have done this years ago, I'm telling you, do it, because you're going to kick yourself that you didn't start earlier. So now I guess I'm officially a full-time content creator. Content creating is not for the weak. It is hard work. You got to show up every single day, build your community, show up for them. There's just so much that goes into it. And I'm not complaining. I'm just keeping it real. It is a lot of work, but it is so worth it. The people I've met on here, the opportunities that have come from it, you guys. I just want to cry. I'm enjoying the journey. I didn't even start making any kind of money until at least like 3 or 4 months in. It wasn't until 6 months in where I started to see some real money. If you're having any doubts about starting, don't. Go for it. I believe in you. You've got this. I freaking love you guys. Okay, bye.